organization is only as good as the people who are a part of it. Our mission can only be reached by each of us, the experiences we create, the work that we do, and the connections that we make. Over the last 6 years serving on the executive board, I have personally seen people's lives change because of our organization and the people in it. And this can only happen through connections. If you hear your name in the next few minutes, I ask that you please stand. Lauren Huffman, Commissioner of the Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, and member of the founding WISE LA board, was also along with Jennifer Rottenberg of USA Water Polo. Lauren introduced this fresh college graduate to WISE back in 2006, as I was a member of the Cal Lutheran women's basketball team and had worked with Lauren as a student athlete. I joined WISE and met some of the earliest members. Lindsay introduced me to Gaylor Large of Fox Sports San Diego, who works with Megan Tolley and Cheryl Gorman, both also at Fox Sports San Diego, and both of whom also serve on the WISE San Diego Leadership Board, along with Reba Robinson of JMI Sports and Karen Mills of Gatorade. Carrie, along with WISE supporter Felicia Israel, forwarded a job opening at Gatorade to WISE, which landed in the hands of Rochelle Silberg, who had been introduced to me by WISE member Katie Rainey. Rochelle got the job, moved from San Diego to LA, and would then fill the role of the VP of Communications on the WISE LA board, replacing her college gymnastics teammate and friend Katie Rainey, who had been working with AEG, but whose husband had was taking the family to Oklahoma City to work for the Thunder. Katie had worked for Joyce Chagan while at AEG, recommended Joyce to take over her role at AEG, and was now just recently elected our VP of Finance for WISE LA beginning in 2014. Joyce works with Vanessa Shea at AEG, also our Vice President-elect for WISE, who introduced us to Stacey Bach of Flashpoint and Allison Howard of the LA Lakers. Allison, continuing her service on the board in 2014 as well, introduced WISE to our members to Julie Solwald of Paul Mitchell Systems and a former advisory board member. Allison also introduced WISE to Amy Taylor of Red Bull, one of our honorees tonight, and Karen Brodkin of Fox Sports, also a former advisory board member. Karen and myself attended the ESPNW Summit last year with my dear friend and fellow WISE member Shelly Taniguchi, also president-elect for WISE LA. Shelly is an alum of LMU, along with Sarah Musgrove, whom Shelly introduced WISE to come on board as our co-director of programming over the last 2 years. Sarah brought WISE member Geraldine Jones to join her on the WISE programming committee. And Geraldine had formerly worked at IMG Action Sports after being connected for the position by Erica Lamiel, current WISE board member, who works directly with Jennifer Lau, one of our honorees this evening. Jennifer was the direct superior of Sarah Spears, who also did a stint at IMG Action Sports and who has also served on our board for the last several years. While on our board, Sarah met Amber Jorgensen, and they liked working together so much, they joined forces to start their company, C6 Sports. Amber formerly served on the board with current WISE member and VP of Scoutwear, Amanda Carmichael, who has worked tirelessly with Erica to create one of the best mentorship programs in the country here at WISE, which has attracted top executives such as Daniel Doloff of Sport Chalet. Amanda also orchestrated our speed mentoring event last year, inspired by her friend and colleague Sue Enquist, our keynote speaker and advisory board member and Hall of Fame softball coach. Through USA Softball, Sue is connected to Jessica Mendoza, a former advisory board member, who has blogged for WomenTalkSports.com, founded by Jane Schonberger, a big WISE supporter. Jane worked closely to share content with our former social media director, Melinda Travis, who stepped away from the board last year, but recruited Lila Brown to fill her position on the board as our social media director. Lila was introduced to WISE back in 2010 at a Super Bowl event by WISE member and founder of marketing Maven, Lindsay Carnett. Lindsay played soccer at Cal Lutheran University, which is a part of the SCIAC, the very conference that is commissioned by Lauren Huffman, founding member of the WISE LA board. Now, we're not done. If you're sitting and you happen to know one of the ladies that is standing right now, will you also please stand? I mean it. Please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of WISE right there. Thank you for your participation. And I will say that these were just the connections that I personally could come up with over the last 24 hours. So, thank you all. As you can see, we really do serve our purpose. We connect people, we create new opportunities, and we provide a platform for new relationships to blossom.